Okay, be good, birdos. I won't be gone too long. I'm just gonna go to the store, okay? Alright, feed your baby. These are so pretty. I should come and collect the little petals and press them, because I could make some really lovely little cards or something with pressed rose petals. Are these roses? They're just tiny little things. Hello guys, just walking to the store really quickly. Have my bag, always bring my bag. And since we live so close to the grocery store, I just walk to it. And I'm gonna go get some more of the delicious vegan cheese and crackers that I've been eating lately. And Darling wants some firm tofu. And basically I was just gonna get out of the house, so I thought I'd bring you guys with me. You have something yummy? You look like you got a yummy bug. Congrats. The hawk is circling up ahead. That's so cool. And on my way home. And a good lesson in always bringing an extra bag. I had a bag in my purse. This is one that folds up and like turns into a tiny little thing. And I really needed it because I almost swished my apricots putting them in there with my naked juice. So just a good lesson in always having an extra bag because I really hate plastic bags. So bring your own bags, guys. So I realized I haven't updated you guys on the garden, our little duck garden, in a while. And as you can see, we have our first flowers blooming. Look how pretty they are. I'm really proud of them. I think I showed you guys this one, my very first flower bloom, a little bit earlier, like a few days ago at the opening of a vlog. But look at them, aren't they so pretty? And then back here, the basil is actually doing really well. So here's our red basil. It's doing super well. It's very pretty. Look at it. I mean, just look at how its little leaves are purple and then it has these green edges to it. The green basil is doing really great. All of the poppies are dead. So I think what we might do together is we might, like, look, that's how easy it is to remove all the dead poppies. We will dig in here and we will transplant the basil in a little bit. Maybe we'll do that just in a few minutes here. And then right over here is my little bush that's still doing so well. And these guys are actually doing okay. It's just that their flowers like went through a full life cycle. So I just kind of need to clean it up. But this is just a little ground cover plant that I got from Walmart and I'm still in love with it. I think it's doing fine. It just like goes through cycles of growth like those ground cover plants do, where you'll get flowers coming up and greenery coming up and then dying and then coming up again. So I really do like it. I think it's very cute and I have no idea what the heck this thing is. I almost think it's like broccoli. I don't know what it is, but it fell into my basil pot and I just kind of left it there, so it's doing pretty well. The other zinnias and this pot are starting to come up with tiny little buds, and we have itty bitty teeny tiny little flowers on these itty bitty vines that I'm in love with. I kind of want to get back into pressing flowers, and I've actually seen a lot of this art. I mean, look at how cute these little vines are. And I've seen a lot of this art lately where people will take pressed flowers and they'll make jewelry. So I was thinking, how cool would it be to take some of the flowers that we make and some of the plants that we have, well, grow together on our vlogs and make jewelry and put them on the Etsy shop. I think that would be amazing. So I'm gonna look into making like that resin jewelry after we move, because that would be a really fun project. And then, are you guys ready for this? Our tomato plant! It's gotten so big that he's starting to reach out off the deck. Look at him! He's so big! He's so big! I'm just letting him go wherever he wants. So for a long time he was leaning up against the post and gotten to like up here, and now he's just leaning out there, kind of doing whatever the tomato plant wants to do. So this is our heirloom tomato plant. Somebody ate his flowers! I am so offended right now. Somebody has eaten the little flowers off of this stalk, except for like one or two of them. Well, how dare they? How dare they? At least those ones are doing okay. So these are going to be the tomato flowers that will hopefully turn into the yellow pear heirloom tomatoes that I love so much. And then down here it's just a mess. It's just a mess because of the birds. and the bird seed. And then we have the little wildflower pot. It really didn't do so well because we disappeared for so long traveling, but we have this guy coming up. I have no idea what he is other than really, really, really beautiful. So if you happen to know what this gorgeous thing is, then let me know, because this is from a set of mixed wildflowers that we just kind of threw in this pot. And until the birds knocked over some birdseed on it and filled it up with who knows what, it was doing really well. And before we started traveling, I cannot wait until we move, you guys, and I'm able to get some serious gardening done. Because think how cool it's going to be. I can get a whole series going where we just focus on growing our own plants and gardening and learning things about those plants. And like I said, how amazing would it be to be able to take the gorgeous flowers that we watch bloom on our deck together and turn them into jewelry that will last forever. I think that would be really cool. So today is Father's Day, and my dad is actually in Hawaii right now, and that's really amazing. I think this is the first time he's been in Hawaii since before I was born. Yeah, it actually is. So this is the first time my dad's been back to Hawaii, I think, in almost 30 years, and it's been a very, very long time. And I think it's really fitting that, you know, a little bit over a week after his mother passed away, my dad had the opportunity to go back to Hawaii. And I know when most people say that, like, they mean vacation, but as you guys know, my family is kind of hard up, and both my parents are disabled. So my dad actually is over there because some amazing family reached out and they said, hey, why don't we bring you out here to come and see the islands again? And they're actually in the process of doing some things with my dad. That means my family may decide if it's the right thing for them and they can find the dots connected correctly to return to Hawaii. And I have never been to Hawaii, so I'm really excited for them, but it may not be the right thing to do because both my parents are disabled and they do have both my brothers still living with them. And as you guys know, one of my brothers is autistic, so he needs to have his opportunities as wonderful as they can for him, and he's been doing great. He's actually gotten 4.0 in all of his college courses. I'm so proud of him. He's been going to college for about 2 years now, and he's had a 4.0 the whole time, which is really cool, especially in his art classes, because he is a brilliant artist. I should have him do some of my art sometimes. I don't know why I didn't think about that. I'll have to see if my baby brother will let me commission him, especially for my Pokemon art. So that would be really, really cool if I could get him to do that. But yeah, so they are looking at maybe going there. And again, when a lot of people talk about moving to Hawaii, they are talking about vacation, they're talking about living it up, they're talking about having money just falling out of their pockets all over the place. And so the stories of the people who come from Hawaii and whose family and their blood is from Hawaii often kind of get lost in the hubbub of oh, it's so fancy, oh, it's the islands, oh, it's tropical vacation destination. And so what I'm trying to say is that it's not that, it's family. It's family reaching out to support family. And it's amazing to think that they might have this opportunity, because my mom, that's how my parents actually met. So you guys get that little story. My mom fell in love with Hawaii when she was still a teenager. She loved the idea of Hawaii. She loved just the ocean and beaches, and her family had also moved around a lot for her dad's job, my grandpa's job, when she was young, so they didn't really have strong roots anywhere. So my mom traveled to Hawaii to go there for college at BYU out there, actually. And she worked really hard. She loves telling the story about how she used to raise Siamese cats, and back when college was only $1,200 a semester, which is wow, that's one class. That was where my lab fees when I went to college, just my lab fees. But she tells the story of how she raised Siamese cats until she had enough to pay for tuition, and she went to Hawaii, and she fell in love with the islands. My mom is pale, redheaded, freckled, mix of who knows what European grab bag, and she went to Hawaii and fell in love. And honestly, having known my mom my whole life, clearly, she left a very critical part of her heart there. And when I saw her at Ocracoke a couple years ago, when I took you guys with me on that vacation with my parents, the first vacation they had since I was born, they brought me along with them, and I was really, really touched. And when I saw what she's like by the ocean, I saw my mom kind of for the first time. I saw the person who is my mother beyond like her depression, beyond everything else, I saw her happy, and that is 100% everything I want to work for in life. So she went to Hawaii and she fell in love with the culture, with the island, with the waves, with the ocean. She is just an ocean lover at heart. It is as deeply as I need green and plants, my mom needs the waves. And so being cut off from that in the middle of Missouri, they live near Centralia. Centralia, Missouri is literally in the center of the United States. That's its claim to fame. That's why it's called Centralia, is because it's as far away as you can get from both the Atlantic and the Pacific coast. So yeah, they're kind of a far away from the ocean right now. And I've always felt like that's really tremendously negatively impacted my mom's life and happiness. And when she was in Hawaii, not only did she fall in love with the islands, but she met my dad. And they fell in love really quickly. I think they got married, they knew each other in person for 11 days. And they wrote to each other, I think, for like half a year, just writing, because that was way before email, and sending letters to each other for about half a year, and then they got married. It helped that they were both members of the same church, so like there was a lot of familiar values and a lot of things that they could kind of rely on. But yeah, so like a really quick courtship, and then they got married, and now it's been 30 years. Yeah, they celebrated their 30-year anniversary in March. So yeah, it's been a long time, and that's where they met and fell in love, and that's where a part of my mom, her heart, her spirit, definitely got left behind in Hawaii for everything that it has to offer. And then my dad, for him, it's where he was born. I think he was born in Honolulu, but he grew up in LA, and I was actually born in California. But we moved out pretty quick because they were finding bullet holes in like the license plates because of the neighborhood we lived in. So they moved out of there and into Texas really quick. But I'm rambling. But yeah, that's why Hawaii is part of my family's life. My dad, clearly you can tell I've got some Hawaiian in me, and soon, hopefully this week, I'll have my 23andMe results back so I can tell you exactly how much Hawaiian I have in me. But my dad hasn't been back, and neither has my mom, because it's expensive to travel out there and expensive to stay there for 30 years. And then some family reached out, and at the very least, my dad is getting the opportunity right now to go and meet with that family. He is meeting with his aunts and uncles who just lost their sister, my tutu lady, and I'm so grateful. I couldn't ask for anything more than for him to have the opportunity to be out there, and for him to have the opportunity to be with the family that's there. And there's a culture, there's a Hawaiian culture that runs as a thread in my family that really pulls us together, that's warm and loving and just all embracing. It's really hard to describe other than to say it's the aloha spirit. And until I try to explain it, I realize that it's so much part of my family and my life in such a subtle, important way that I don't know how to explain it, but the aloha spirit is there. And I feel like that's what my dad needs right now. That's what both my parents need. They've been through so much, and they've been so sick for so long, and they worked so hard. And I'm gonna cry if I talk about how the sacrifices that they've gone through to take care of us, how they've affected their lives. But they've worked so hard, and the one thing I could wish for is for them to go where their hearts can really sincerely be happy. So they might be moving to Hawaii. But that's a huge maybe, because there's a lot of logistical things to go on there, and it would be because of family helping. And I mean, that's not something that your average person, especially not two people living off like what I can send and disability, can really afford. You know, but when you have family, that's kind of, because it sounds so entitled to say, oh, they might move to Hawaii. But what happens when Hawaii is part of who you are? When it's part of your family, your blood, and your culture? Don't you have a right to try to get out there without being told that you're being egotistical, or you're being like unrealistic for wanting to get there? You know what I mean? So I feel like my parents have a right to go. And I need to do what I can to try to help them. So I'm gonna work really hard, gonna work harder, and hopefully get them out there. They'd probably take both my brothers with them, and my sister and her husband and her daughter are thinking about going out too. because they're young. My sister, I'm the eldest, so my sister is like, yeah, well, you know what, it's an adventure. And I really love seeing that kind of spirit in my family of being able to go, it's an adventure, we might do it. It might be really hard, and there's a lot of sacrifices, and we'd have to think about it, but we might do it. So we'll have to see what happens. But my dad is in Hawaii today on Father's Day, and I'm so happy for him. I really am so happy and so excited for him, and we're gonna have to see what happens. And I keep getting messages from him, and I'm like, how's it going, Daddy? And he talks about how he is doing so well, and he and like his family are praying about whether or not this is a viable thing and a good thing to do. And he does have a lot of skills. I mean, my dad is an extremely talented and very, 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 very experienced engineer. He has done really high-level engineering stuff for all sorts of companies for years. It's just nobody will hire somebody who has to have like all of these health issues, and nobody will hire him when he has so much experience too. That's kind of one of the problems I'm noticing with a lot of people who are older, who have decades of experience. They have all of this to offer, but there's people who are younger that you can hire cheaper and just spend a little bit longer training. So that's what happened with my dad. And the thing is, he does have skills that he can offer. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. I'm proud of him for going, because it's hard to leave, like, it's hard to go to Hawaii when your mom just died and your dog just died. And, you know, my mom does need daily care, and my dad is her at-home care. So my brothers are over there helping right now. And yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. But I just am, if I could open my arms and make this happen and make it be everything my heart hopes it could be for my family, I totally would. If I could choose anything in this world to have as my wish fulfilled, it is my parents' happiness. So we'll have to see if this is that answer or not. And it may not be. And it may be staying in Missouri next to their granddaughter, which I totally understand. And it may be staying at the roots they already have, because, you know, 30 years, well, you know, it's been about 12, 14, 15 years in Missouri. That's a lot. That's time to put down roots and not want to throw them away. But we'll have to see, you guys. So power to my dad, who's in Hawaii right now. I hope he's having a wonderful Father's Day. I can't really get a message to him because I think it's like maybe 7 in the morning there, and it's getting into the evening over here. And I'll let you guys know how that goes, because even if it doesn't turn out where they are going to move out there, and even if like it's not the key to their happiness, then it's an experience and adventure he got to have. So I'm really happy for my dad, and I'm really glad. He's been so sweet. He's been sending my mom all sorts of videos and pictures and images, and it would be hard too. The reality of her moving out there is having to make sure everything's wheelchair accessible and finding like a place with a handicapped bathroom. So that would be hard, but I mean, if I could move mountains to make my parents happy, I would. So we'll have to see. If I had to like make 100 bazillion videos and a gazillion mushrooms and do like stand on my head, I don't know, anything to like build her the bathroom if I had to, so she could be out there and see the waves and be part of that aloha spirit that she is missing so badly, then I would do it. So we'll see how this turns out. But I'm really excited, you guys. And today my dad's in Hawaii, and it would be amazing if they went and I got to go for the first time and bring Chips with me and be able to see that part of my culture that I've never known before. That would be really amazing. So yeah, that's my news for the day. A little bit of grocery shopping, and my dad's in Hawaii, and I'm really, really happy about that. And it's a beautiful day, and life is full of adventures and opportunities, and I'm so excited. And I'm thinking up new things to do for like the vlog channel, probably just these rambles, because I'm just sharing my life diary style with you guys. But also fun things, because I've been watching some vlogs of other people who are like, these are my 5 favorite things for the month. And actually, I thought those would be like all foo-foo-y and like sponsored. But actually, most people don't do sponsored ones like that. And so it's actually really cool stuff. And I found a whole bunch of app games and like a whole bunch of new podcasts and things I didn't know about because of those. So I thought maybe I'd share some of my favorite things. So some of that might show up. Even though my favorite things are going to be like, look how tall my tomato plant has gotten. That's one of my favorite things for the month. So we'll see. And I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day, and I will keep you guys updated on my family's adventures and bring you along on some of my own.